Hong Kong Phooey, #1 super guy. Hong Kong Phooey, quicker than the human eye. Oh, he's got style, a groovy smile, a body that just won't stop. When the going gets rough, he's super.
Hi, this is Jarrett Watson from hobbiesandrc.com. Today we're going to have a closer look at what's inside the box of the much anticipated Synergy E6 E7 kit from Botus Design. Alright, let's have a closer look. Okay, first thing you're going to notice when you open the box here is your Synergy E6 E7 instruction manual. It's very thin, very easy to follow. Comes with a nice completion guide for both variants of the kit, the 600 and 700 size. As you can see here, they're very detailed SolidWorks type renderings of the kit. Calls out all your fasteners, all your bearings. Should be very easy to follow and shouldn't have any questions building this model. Up next, we're going to have your carbon fiber frames. The left and the right are the same, so you're only going to need to have one on hand. A little bit easier for dealers too to stock, because they only have to stock one frame half. They're very strong, very robust. They appear to be deburred from the factory, so it saves you one more step in building the kit. This large box right here, we're going to have your Synergy pre-painted canopy. As you can see here, it's mainly a white canopy. It's got some blue and green highlights in it, and it looks white on camera, but this is actually more of a pearl type color. And you see you got your Synergy logo right there and everything else. Air holes cut out the end of the canopy on the bottom and the top should allow those electric motors to stay cool. Then here we have the long parts in the kit. Right here we have both our different booms for the 600 and 700. You also have the belt here, and along with your carbon fiber push rods and your boom supports. And the last of the long parts here, we have our shiny skid pipes. In the smaller box right here, we have the rest of our kit components. It's individually bagged, and we'll have a closer look at each one of those. Okay, we're going to go back to the smaller box that I mentioned earlier. As you can see, the first bag we have here is your completed tail gear box assembly. This unit is ready to go. Everything's been put in place for you. I still would go through and make sure everything has thread locker on it. You never know, so just always go back and check. It's also worth mentioning the E6 E7 does have the 6mm tail output shaft already installed for you, so it should solve any of your bending, braking problems you were having before. We have CNC aluminum tail grips. We also have the belt pre-installed around the tail pulley. Another belt has also been included with the long parts to give you that 6-7 versatility. Okay, here's our main drive gear auto hub assembly. As you can see, this gear has not been lightened at all, so it's going to be very stiff. Also, it is helical cut. The kit comes with a 14 and 15 tooth helical cut pinion to go with the main gear, so you will have a wide variety of gearing options to go from with the parts included in the kit. Okay, continuing on with our main frame assembly, here we have our CNC machined aluminum bearing blocks. As you can see, the bearings are already mounted inside the blocks. These also double as your servo mounts, so you have a direct linkage to your swash plate, which should eliminate any slop you have with levers or anything like that. Also, you'll note how wide the frame is. This to accommodate the larger 700 size electric motors this helicopter is capable of running. Okay, here we have a closer view of the lower battery mount slash frame support and some other various carbon pieces here. Okay, here we have our CNC aluminum tail boom clamps. These actually offer a nice clamping action for the to hold the boom to the frames. Should be very easy to work on should you need to replace the boom. Okay, here we have our aluminum CNC landing gear mounts. These are like a spacer in between the lower battery mount and the landing gear. Here we have our frame spacers and our canopy mounts. Nothing very fancy here, just nicely machined parts. All the hardware is in place for you, so it should speed up assembly. As I mentioned before, this kit comes with 15 and 14 tooth helical cut pinions ready to use for this kit. One nice feature too on this kit is the direct drive servo linkage. It also comes with these nice carbon fiber plates to get you the perfect 0-degree alignment of your swash plate cyclic servos to your swash plate. Here you have your battery retaining Velcro straps. They have a nice silkscreen Synergy logo. It also provides you with about 8 inches or so of double sticky back Velcro. Here you have your tail drive pulley. This drives the tail from the main shaft. Here we have our electric motor mount and our counter bearing support for the motor shaft. These are 4mm fasteners that hold the mount to the motor at 30mm spacing. So any motor that's going to have the 4mm bolt holes that are spaced 30mm apart will fit. The counter bearing support also is for 6mm shafts, so you need to make sure you get an electric motor with a 6mm shaft at least 32mm long. Here we have our tail belt idler. As you can see, it's pre-assembled for you too. Like I said before, always check it, but at least you know what fasteners go where and how it's built up. And another nice feature, as with most kits of today, they do come with a nice spares bag. It comes with a few extras, just kind of like a bonus for you. Keep these in your flat box because the synergy balls and links are different than most other size kits, so it's always good to have a few of those on hand. And next we have our landing gear assembly. As you can see, these are the upgraded N5C contender landing gear struts. They are a lot wider than the stock synergy landing gear, so it should make it much more stable on the ground. And you also have your aluminum inserts that go down the skid tubes to give a nice solid bite on the skid tubes themselves. And now we'll have a closer look at the rotor head in detail. Okay, in the rotor head box, first thing you'll see here is our linkages. Here we have our main shaft, spacer, and main shaft locking collar. Okay, here we have our CNC machined aluminum swash plate. As you can see, all the control balls are threaded in for you previously from the factory, but I would, like I said, check those again for Loctite. And you have your ball bearings for your anti-rotation, which is a very nice touch. Here we have our swash driver arm assembly. As you can see, you can adjust the phasing, and it does clamp on the main shaft. Here we have our fly barless blade pitch arms. And lastly, we'll have a look at the fly barless head assembly. As you can see, the head assembly has been CNC machined. It's very nice, very high quality, should be very tough. The head does come pre-assembled, so I would check for Loctite before installing on the helicopter. Okay, we just had a closer look at the much anticipated Synergy E6 E7 kit from Botus Design. This is a very awesome high quality kit. It's priced right, and they're available right now at hobbiesandrc.com. For more information, email sales@hobbiesandrc.com or give us a call, 405-682-4300. Thanks for watching.